Yo, Tony D back with a mega micro review session. The Indie Pod. I consider Image indie to me. It just works out well, but they are a large company. Let's see what your boy got. Chip Zdarsky. I totally dig his writing. I had my eyes on this one for a little while, picked it up, and it did not resonate. I really can't. I don't want Mega Mini to... There's definitely is mature reading, but to give you the breakdown, it is, if you're into like medieval Dungeons and Dragons type stuff, this would be a book for you, I would believe. Like I said, Zdarsky's a good writer. The Whisper King. So this is like part of the larger type universe. Maybe I need to know more about the original universe, and I'd probably get more out of it because I was a little bit lost. So it's probably one of those where you need some knowledge to get the full entertainment value, but you get into this guy, he's in jail, and he needs to get out, and there's a mission he needs to accomplish, and it's just, I don't know. He's badass for sure. Like, he does his thing, but they go and they pick up this person right here, another warrior. So it's a typical, the reason why I'm not showing you is I don't want the mature content flashing on there. But they gather the people and they go on the adventure. It's as basic as that. I could not find anything really deep. I don't know. I did read it. I do love to have it in the collection. The highlight for me, the positivity, is the cover. It's a great cover. It's somewhat classy, it's not totally in your face. We were talking about that today where I was like, some of these covers, man, they are just straight up out of hand and they are just targeting people that want booby covers. And I'm just not into that, man. I need some substance, some class. There may be some old school values tied to that, but I think any generation, it's like you need something more. You know what I mean? The human figure, it's a beautiful thing, and to be able to illustrate it, it's amazing. We'll just keep going. G.I. Joe. Totally loving my Joe. It's all action. It's what you're paying for, what you expect, and the addition of the Transformers is really fleshing out great. I'm totally enjoying this. Who's doing the writing here? Joshua Williamson. Yeah. Artwork it matches, man. Andrea Milana, it's totally, the tone is met on all fronts. So the Transformer reveals itself to save his buds. And this is a new character, Risk. We were talking about key issues, and I love how they're introducing more characters that aren't from the classic G.I. Joe mythos. It's, give us some fresh stuff. So they're doing it. It's cool. Totally love this interaction with Blood and the Baroness. And this Raptor character was really intriguing to me as well. The Baroness, really, for the review part, he has her parents under watch by the Raptor, and he's really just trying to torment her before he delivers what he thinks is justice, because she took his eye. That's important. Remember that. She took his eye. So CoverGirl's with her, and she escapes. So she deals with the issue at hand there rather quickly, but I do love the artwork. It totally matches this fast-paced action. That's the great thing about it. To sum it all up in the micro review, fast-paced action. And look at that. That's why I told you she took his eye. Well, guess what? Took the other one. That sets up an interesting... They're going to hook him up with some more cybernetics. Oh, man. I totally hope so. I like how they're changing characters as well. And this was a very interesting interaction where Destro walks in on Cobra Commander, like doing stuff with people. And they have, you know, Destro, they portray him. He's a pretty badass dude, man. He's like, you need to tell me what's up, son. So they kind of establish their relationship a little bit more here. I had this feeling of, man, yeah, you ain't going to trust that dude at all. So they're still keeping the Transformer under wraps. I don't know why it has to be such a secret, but it's cool. It provides a little levity during the story. And I think this is going to be a key issue. These two, you know, they even like fib about what the heck they were doing. But yeah, that relationship strengthens. I think it really needed to for the book to keep going in the direction that it's going. You need these relationships solidified. And that's the cool thing that Williamson's doing is he's doing a great job of providing the action where even with the Transformer and the Joes he's with, provides great action that provides the, you know, the bridge for that relationship to solidify. And then we're introduced to this group. I don't know enough about the Joes. If this is a new faction, they call themselves the Night Force. And they're really, this guy's just kind of spying, keeps them, you know, on the D-low. And we have Codename Shooter. I don't know if that's a regular Joe. If it is, let me know. But I do like the fresh take they're having on characters, bringing new characters. And if you're in the Joes, I can't imagine a G.I. Joe fan not reading this. But if you're into Transformers and that whole universe, this would be a great addition because they're going to merge all that stuff. That's just going to be fun. The action is just off the chain, man. Like, I mean, it is like when I'm reading it, like I feel the tension. Like how are they going to get out of this? Like you feel it. And when you can feel it like that, you know, the writing and the artwork is on point. Now, to get a little darker, a little more grim, we're in the Spawn universe, the curse of Shirley Johnson. And you talk about dark. The interesting thing about this book is they're pulling this character from the regular Spawn title. I can't remember the issue. It was like 5 or 6 where, I mean, it's horrific. In the previous issue, then like a purgatory, and she escapes. And this is where the issue ended up, where they're facing this demon. And she runs into another guy. He's not a Spawn. I'm not sure what you would call him. He may be a character I'm not familiar with yet, or he's a new character. But for the review, he can channel some power. And that's what happens here. I feel like a lot of this, they're just setting up more of the characters. I could see this going on for a while. He releases his power here and wipes out all those, whatever those were. Man, we got the sideways view. So you get like, these are all his memories. That sets it up where, you know, he's that. And then you get a picture of this. Not all of these people are gone. So I'm not really sure. There's your hook. There's your mystery there. We'll have to see. I'll definitely keep reading it. Alternate covers on point, and I'll show you that here in a bit. And now we get to this character who feel this awakening of that character's power. And then you get this little angel dude, man. Like, he's kind of a sneaky dude. He goes and he tells this character what's up, and, you know, there's unknown anomalies, you know, and he speaks to the girl, and he's just like, you know, shut up, take me to him. So you're introducing new threats into the mix, and you just get more character development in this issue. They really have a lot to flesh out. And yeah, this guy, he just goes off again, and there you go. There's your paneling where you're just to the darkness and a little splat. Yeah, then he like, that happens, but it doesn't take him out. And somehow, surely, you know, spoilers, of course, she absorbs his energy. So there's a tie there somehow. So there's enough stuff that hooks you in where I'll keep reading it. I'm a pretty diehard Spawn fan. But I will say this, you don't really have to know a lot of the Spawn universe to get into this title. They started off pretty well. I mean, it's hard to think of who to recommend this for because I mean, it is what it is. It's a Spawn, like, it's pretty grim. It's dark. So if you're not into dark type stories, you probably won't enjoy it. But I totally like it because of a lot of the mystery that's going on. And you know what your boy does. I always keep my tabs if I can, like just whatever documentation, like when I buy stuff. I try to keep a lot of that. It'd be kind of cool to have it in the future. Can you imagine 25 years from now, like you're looking at that like, oh wow, it was near mint when I bought it. And with the proper care and archiving materials, Mylar, the 3-tape Tony action, and the 2 backing boards, man, it'll be the same. It will be near mint. So if you're a diehard Spawn fan, I recommend that one. There's other Spawn universe titles out there. I'm not going to name any. I can't think of them, but I think Bloodletter's one that it doesn't resonate with me. So just because you like a character or a universe doesn't mean you're going to like everything that's put out. But speaking of like, had to get this alternate cover at the shop. This is probably one of the best Frank Miller covers that I've seen. I want to get the 1 in 100 if I can get it for a decent price. I have a few 1 in 100s. That'll be a video someday, but man, let's get to the review here. So we have left off where Shirley has shown power absorption abilities off of the main character that is really helping her out. He pulls her out of limbo, really. They mention Nyx, who is on the throne of hell right now. And wow. So they're describing her as a spark for a real weapon, and I think it's that, whatever that is. We're talking about crashing heaven down into hell. That's like, so it's getting pretty deep. This is going to be tied in the Spawn somehow, something that deep. And this is kind of you just saw the second issue where they had a lot going on and there's more character development where they're fleshing this out. And he's a healer as well. And Shirley Johnson is really establishing herself as a main character. You know, she's a boss. She has all that. And the writer does a great job showcasing that. And you're getting more background story, which is good. You know, the artwork holds up as well. Like, you don't need Todd McFarlane drawing everything. Brett Booth is like, he's on Spawn right now and he's killing it. Glapion? I have no idea who that is. You know, that's what's cool. Yeah, Jonathan Glapion is just running into new artists. It's cool. I enjoy it. So the review. Now, boom, we're introduced to a new Spawn. So if you're into key issues, you got to grab this one. You know how it goes. Any new Spawn, it's immediately valuable. So this guy, I wonder if he names himself Vox. It's a very different looking Spawn. I think he looks cool. So this is the introduction. And he's laying out kind of how things are going down. So there's like all these things converging to some kind of event. And you really don't know what, which is cool. I don't need to know everything. I like to figure stuff out. So the introduction of Vox is very interesting. So we're back to this guy. And this is when they meet. So you know that it's going to get dicey. But yeah, love that cover. It's an interesting read. Especially since it's really cool how they can pull a character from like, dude, we're talking 1992 or 93 when this character was introduced just as a victim. That's it. And man, you got to check, like I would check that story out if you're interested. It's pretty grim. but it explains a lot about the purgatory that she's in. But yeah, Shirley Johnson, I'm enjoying it. Another enjoyable little tidbit is The Exquisite Corpses by Tynion. He's killing it on this one. So, issue 5. So we're deep into it. This is a tournament. It's 13 colonies where they have a tournament to see who gains power of the United States for a year. And what you really have, you know, it's not super deep, but it's a town, small town. They bracket it off. They isolate it where they have their tournament. And I forget how many, 13. So you have 13, and they always have a bracket there. There's a little mystery when this one happens. So there's not a finality to all these. So you have a question mark on that one. So it'll be interesting to see. The dialogue and narration with the 13 colony, the leaders, it's pretty good, man. Tynion is fleshing that out where you're getting a sense of who these people really are. He's great at that. But not everything has to be deep and introspective. This is a very, it's like a very what if the powers beyond what we really know, how would they deal with stuff? And it's an entertaining ride. And these two contestants, like anything goes, really. They're hanging out, actually partying. And like the people in the town don't know what's going on. Some of them are figuring it out real quick. Like right here, you get more of the finding things. Look at the color. Great use of color. Like once you get that, it's like, you know what, the color on this really reminds me of the first Creepshow movie where they would do the same thing in the movie. They kind of kept a comic book vibe, but check out Creepshow and you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, you have this great use of color. And it's just like, boop, done. You don't have to have jump scares, but you do have some finality with some of this stuff. Kind of like clearing the stage for some of it. Yeah, and it's really these two, like, this is really your bracket right there. And he really doesn't know it. So they're all partying. Love the use of color there where you single one person out with just giving them the color. Everything doesn't have to be detailed. So they're at a party. Yeah, and they pull the alarm. Oh yeah, there's that cinematic flavor there with the boom, 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 boom. That always gives me a cinematic feel when I see that. And so she pretty much betrays that guy. Like nobody's friends. It's a tournament. Yeah, and she gets it. Yeah, psycho. And this is another contestant who, that's her thing, is the wires. So she ends up in the van, like they think it's her costume. So there you go. It's Halloween as well. So October, right around the corner. You're in the Halloween. This would be a great one. I'm trying to think who else would enjoy this. So yeah, there's this guy right here. He's kind of like the janitor, the cleanup guy. I think that'll be an important deal. And this is one of the contestants, and he's just hanging out with this dude. So not all of them are like that chick. Like, they're just doing a job. And there's one of them, I haven't seen him since maybe issue 1 or 2. He's like a U.S. Army guy. He's working for her. And what was his name? He's like the only one like that. The lone gunman, I believe. That's interesting. So that kind of explains, good job, Tynion, like throwing some mystery out there. So I think, because this is the sister, I believe is the sister of one of the colony leaders. And these two will probably hook up in a way. We'll see. When I say hook up, I mean work together. So we'll see. Yeah, great read. If you like action, totally get on it. And if you like Tynion, he's a great writer. I have been getting into some of the stuff he did with DC. Trying to get a little bit deeper into that. But he is one of my favorite writers right now. Like World Tree is that's how I really he hit the map for me in my mind was World Tree. But man, there's lots of stuff out there. These guys work hard. You gotta check it out. So there's, you know, little Mega Mini. Get that Shirley Johnson. You got some key stuff going on, so get it.